This video and the information included in it are not intended to serve as a substitute for legal advice or consultation with an attorney. Specific legal issues, concerns, and conditions always require the advice of appropriate legal professionals. Welcome to Interacting with Law Enforcement Motor Vehicle Stops. This specialized course was designed to promote safety, proper etiquette, and guidance if you encounter a police interaction while operating your motor vehicle. It is extremely important that every operator understands the responsibilities and privileges of being a licensed driver. We encourage awareness and undivided attention at every moment spent behind the wheel. There may be times that an inadvertent or unintentional act or another unforeseeable act occurs that may result in a motor vehicle stop, resulting in a motor vehicle violation. The good news is there is no reason to become frightened during a motor vehicle stop. Following the guidance and tips provided in this course will increase your comfort level and improve interpersonal relations with the law enforcement community. First, it is important to obey all traffic laws and drive safely. It is possible to be pulled over for items in or on your vehicle that could cause a hazard. Prior to operating your motor vehicle, ensure all the lights are operational, no parts or debris are hanging from the vehicle, wiper blades are fresh and operational, and all other mechanical parts are operational. Understanding that mistakes happen, following proper steps, and being polite and cooperative will ensure a mutually respectful interaction with law enforcement. There are two types of motor vehicle infractions: moving, non-moving. Moving infractions are a breach of traffic laws committed by the driver of a vehicle while it is in motion. Examples are speeding, running a red light or stop sign, unsafe cell phone use, and refusal to wear a seatbelt. Non-moving infractions relate to parking tickets and vehicle equipment, such as non-operating lights, driving a vehicle with unsafe damage, like loose body panels from a crash or a cracked windshield, failure to produce required documents associated with the driver of the vehicle, such as insurance, registration, or inspections. Obstruction of view. When you observe a law enforcement officer in a patrol vehicle with flashing red and blue lights, stay calm. Continue to drive safely and follow all traffic rules. If you are aware that you violated the law, such as speeding, start slowing down as you look for a safe area to pull over and wait for the officer to catch up. By doing this, you're letting the officer know that you are being cooperative and accepting responsibility. If you think the officer is targeting another driver, slow down and continue to drive safely. If an officer pulls behind you, continue to maintain your direction of travel unless the overhead lights are activated and you are directed to pull over. Here's the safest method for pulling over for a traffic stop on any type of road. Activate your right-hand turn signal. If you are in the left-hand lane of a multi-lane road or highway, move carefully and deliberately from lane to lane until you reach a shoulder, ensuring there is no traffic in the lanes to your right. Be sure your right turn signal is on. Look for a safe spot to pull over. If the area is heavily trafficked, it is acceptable to drive a short distance to locate a safe spot to stop. When pulling over, try to find a close parking lot, side street, or widened shoulder of the road that is properly lit and provides protection from traffic for safety. If pulling over is not safe, the officer may direct you as to where you should pull over. Remember, the officer is trained to evaluate the potential threat level of the interaction as they approach your vehicle. By following these steps, you're giving the officer a clear indication that you pose no threat and are prepared to cooperate. Take a deep breath and remain calm. Mistakes happen. There's no need to be afraid. Place the car in park and turn off the ignition. Roll down the driver's side window and all tinted windows. Remember, many vehicles come with tinted rear windows. If it is dark outside, turn on your interior lights so the officer can see what is happening inside the car. place your hands on the steering wheel and wait for the officer's instruction. If there are passengers in the vehicle, ensure that everyone has their hands in a safe and visible area so the officer can see them. No one should be moving around in the vehicle. When the officer reaches your window, allow them to speak first. If the officer asks for your documents, tell the officer where the documents are in the car as you reach for them. For instance, say, "The documents are in the glove compartment. I will reach for them now." Once you have handed over all requested documents, place your hands back on the steering wheel and await instructions. Do not remove your seatbelt unless instructed by the officer. Only exit the vehicle if you are instructed to do so. This can be viewed as aggressive and dangerous behavior. Don't touch the police officer. Don't run from the police officer. During traffic stops, officers will typically ask to see your driver's license, insurance, and the vehicle's registration. Pro tip: be sure to have the proper and updated documents in your vehicle at all times. As soon as you finish this video, go to your car and check to see if you have the updated insurance card and registration. Also, check that you are carrying a valid driver's license. The best time to renew these documents is before a traffic stop. Replace these documents every time you receive renewals and remove the outdated documents. This will ease confusion and allow for a smoother interaction. So, how should you interact with the officer? First, remain calm, courteous, and respectful throughout the process. Never argue with the officer. Arguing and complaining won't help the situation. If you feel you were falsely charged, you can file a professional standards complaint at a later date. Answer the officer's questions to the best of your ability. Keep in mind that anything you say to an officer is admissible in court. You may be requested to exit your vehicle. If this happens, it is important to listen carefully and follow all instructions. The officer will direct you to a safe part of the roadway. As you follow instructions, keep your hands in plain sight and do not put them in your pockets or hide them in any way. If you are given a ticket, instructions will be printed on the ticket. You may ask the officer for further explanation. Extreme circumstances may require additional police actions. It is important to remain calm and continue to cooperate with all instructions. This ensures the safety of all involved and will help in resolving the matter. Remember, you always have the right to appear in court and contest any summons if you feel you have been wrongly charged. Debating a ticket during a traffic stop is a bad idea. Here are the answers to frequently asked questions. Why do I have to pull over to the right side of the roadway? The right side is the universally safest area option for you and the officers. What if I can't pull over to the right shoulder of the roadway? Look for the officer behind you. They may be signaling you to the left shoulder, as it may be a safer option. Will I receive points on my driver's license? Moving violations do include points. Why do I have to roll down my windows? It allows the officer to clearly see inside the vehicle and determine there are no threats. It demonstrates you are being cooperative. The average traffic stop will typically result in one of three actions. Verbal warning. This is in lieu of a written warning or a traffic ticket. This warning is not officially recorded, and it is the best possible outcome of a traffic stop. Written warning. This is when the officer provides a written warning in lieu of a ticket. This is not reported to DMV, but this warning serves as a written record of the interaction and could be referenced at future stops or in court. Traffic ticket. This is when the officer provides a written ticket identifying the offense. The ticket may require a court appearance. Remember, tickets for non-moving violations do not accumulate points and are not reported to your insurance company. On the other hand, tickets for moving violations do accumulate points on your driver's record and are reported to your insurance company. In addition to the fine for the violation, points on your driving record may also require surcharges from the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission and/or increased insurance rates. Violations earn different point values, from 2 points for simple infractions like failure to give proper signal, up to 8 points for causing personal injury. A complete list of violations and the related points value is available on the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission website. Okay, the officer has left your vehicle. What's next? You can leave the scene once the officer has entered their vehicle, or unless instructed otherwise. When leaving scene, turn on blinker and proceed with caution as you enter traffic pattern. Be sure to follow all traffic laws when re-entering the flow of traffic. Here are answers to questions you may be reluctant to ask. Can I get pulled over for using my cell phone? Yes, an officer can initiate a traffic stop if they witness distracted driving. The laws are clear that holding any device is grounds for a violation. Hands-free accessories like phone holders and Bluetooth services make cell phone use while driving safer and prevent tickets. You should use them anytime you use your phone while driving. This applies to seatbelt violations as well. Be safe on the road and wear your seatbelt every time you're in a moving vehicle. Once I have provided the necessary identification and information to the officer during a motor vehicle stop, do I have the right to then remain silent? No. Drivers are required to answer all questions related to the motor vehicle stop, even after proper documentation has been provided to the officer. However, the driver does not need to answer questions that could be considered incriminating. Can I ask why I am being stopped? Most often, when an officer approaches the vehicle, they will request the driver's credentials, license, registration, and proof of insurance, and inform the reason for the stop. The driver should first present his or her credentials to the officer or officers. Once the credentials are provided, motorists are free to inquire about the reason or reasons for the stop if it has not been provided. Are traffic stops recorded on video? Nearly every marked police car in New Jersey is now equipped with a dashboard-mounted camera, and those cameras must be activated during traffic stops. Additionally, many police officers now utilize body-worn cameras, which are required to be activated during traffic stops. Now that you understand the anatomy of a traffic stop and how to safely interact with law enforcement officers on the side of the road, you are prepared to complete the certification test. Please follow the link below to start the test and drive safely. This video is the property of OptU. No part of the video may be copied, photocopied, reproduced, translated, or reduced to any electronic medium or machine-readable form in whole or in part without prior written consent of OptU. Any other reproduction in any form without the permission of OptU is prohibited.